Everyone connected up, Greg? Everyone connected up.
Check it out. Can they see us? No, they can't see me because I got my phone. Check it out. This. Can they hear you?
Steve Davis, that was a snooker player.
Then you can see it. No, they can't see me because
It's just one of the best turnouts we've had. We haven't got 50, have we? We're under 50, so we're fine. All right, let's go. All right, good morning, ladies and gentlemen. I'd like to welcome you here to our multi-property auction for the month of August. Please, you can only participate if you have registered. You've got the live audience here, and on the screen here, and behind me, we're putting up on the back as well. No, so only be on here, that the actual online bidders. All right. The auction procedure, ladies and gentlemen, the information pertains to general procedure for buyers and is intended to guide you with your auction experience. Registration, in order to bid on a property, well, you have all people who are wishing to participate. You will need to register as a bidder. You have already done so. In respect of that, we've received your figure documents, your identity documents, and your deposit, which is obviously refundable if you're unsuccessful today. It's compulsory that all bidders are required to present the following documentation in order to register: utility bill. Well, look, if you have been registered, obviously you have provided them to the ladies here. Proxy bids, we highly recommend that you make every effort to attend the auction sale to get a representative to do so. However, if you are unable to attend the auction but wish to submit a bid, you may register by means of a proxy bid. This will take the form of a power of attorney form completed by you and sent to our offices, together with a certified copy of your ID document and FICA. In this respect, Andrew, we have one client on the telephone from Johannesburg, have we? On for lot number 1, the Hillbrow Hotel. Okay. If anyone wants to query this, you're more than welcome to check with Andrew, and he will give you proof that we have the 50,000 Rand registration fee from the client in Gauteng. Again, bidding, please make sure that you know that which property, lot number you're bidding for. An order of sale is available in this catalogue. The sale moves on a relatively quick pace. Make sure that you make adequate contact with the auctioneer or assistant so that your bid gets acknowledged. I have staff throughout the areas of the auction floor here. We will pick up any bids coming from the floor. All right. Again, the commission after the property has been knocked down to you, you will also be asked to pay the auctioneer's commission plus VAT, as well as the deposit on the purchase price of the property. This will vary for the various properties, and I will explain them when I get to them. All right. And please remember the auctioneer's commission when you are bidding, and that is payable over and above the purchase price. VAT, I will actually announce who are the VAT vendors that you're required to pay VAT to. The conditions of sale of the relevant properties, excluding obviously Serengeti, have been on our website and also been available this morning in respect of the various properties that we are putting up for sale today. The Serengeti one, obviously we'll spend a bit of time going through that as there's a few sort of issues that one has got to clear in that respect. Okay, again, it's either a 5% commission or a 10% commission, 5% deposit. Then I will notify you of the VAT vendors. Okay, respect of the conditions of sale for the individual residential properties, the onus is on the applicant to actually pay for the entomologist's report, electrical compliance certificate, and in respect of a residence, you will actually have to pay for the electric fence or gas as well. So it's not like the share of sale where you've got to pay outstanding rates or anything like that. You're purchasing the property totally free of any encumbrances. All right, any outstanding rates, services, what have you, will be settled by the owner. Okay, there's a 14-day period of confirmation or a 7-day. I will let you know which is which when I get to the various individual properties. During that period of confirmation, you will accept one increased offer only. In respect of that increased offer, ladies and gentlemen, you're required to pay a deposit and commission. Will automatically go back to the purchaser of today, the successful purchaser, who is only required to match, not better. If the purchaser of today matches, that is it. We're basically no further negotiations. We're not like the estate agents. We go back and forth against one against the other. One bite only. So if you are serious, don't sit on the fence. Be the purchaser today. You control it during that period of confirmation. Okay? On confirmation, you have 30 days to submit suitable guarantees for the outstanding balance of the purchase price, obviously less the deposit you have paid. Okay. We'll notify you of the conveyancers who will be conducting the conveyancing of the property. All right. As I say, you've got 30 days to submit guarantees. We will advise you accordingly of who you have got to submit the guarantees to. Ladies and gentlemen, are there any questions raised on any of the properties excluding the Serengeti building? Everyone happy? I can see we have got the bidders there. How many have we got? You got 14, have you? All right, we got Steve at 4. What have you? All right, ladies and gentlemen, the first property I'm putting. Sorry, sir. Yes. Sir, I said that when I get there, I will go over that. All right, when I reach 317 Curry Road, I will deal with it accordingly. All right, I don't want to bore the people who are here for the other matters. All right, okay. All right, lot number 1, ladies and gentlemen, we've got here the Hillbrow Inn Hotel. Again, 43 Van der Merwe Street in Hillbrow, Johannesburg. I was up there yesterday and there's certainly a lot of traffic about there in that area. You know, one can actually look at this, it's got great potential as a hotel at the present moment, or else convert it to student accommodation. All right, the zone does a mixed use, and please note that we have not undertaken a structural survey, nor have we arranged for tests or inspections of the service installations. It's centrally located within the business node of Hillbrow and is in close proximity to Hull Train, Johannesburg Station, bus stops, police stations, hospitals, tertiary institutions, shopping centres. All right, again, it's an 18-floor hotel complex comprising 106 suites, fully furnished with ensuite and kitchen. The ground floor has bars, pool tables, dance floor and big screen TVs, gambling machines, cell phone shop, and a food outlet. First floor sports bar with pool tables, second floor bar with pool table kitchen. A total of 25 gambling machines. One can apply for an additional 15. You get a fully licensed liquor and gambling machine, CCTV, security, ATM, a generator, borehole, and secure parking. Your monthly rates are $22,916. Estimated monthly rental income for the hotel, $130,000 per month. Kitchen is $6,000. The cell phone shop is $3,300, giving you a gross of $139,563. The seller is a vet vendor, ladies and gentlemen. Again, it's one of the icons of the Hillbrow area. Are there any questions prior to us commencing? Okay. Right, we're putting up for sale today the Hillbrow Inn Hotel, 43 Van der Merwe Street, Hillbrow. All right, let's go. Go make me an offer, please, for the Hillbrow Hotel. Let's go. Any offers? Any offers on Hillbrow Hotel? So it's, you can occupy it. It's not got a demolition order on it. Yeah, I haven't got a bid. That's a heart attack, not a bid. That's a heart attack, not a bid. All right, let's go. Any offers? You got 5
million rand.
Beg your pardon? At 5 million, I have on the floor. At 5 million rand a bid. At 5 million rand a bid is at 5. I'm selling at 5. At 5 million rand. At 5 million rand on the floor, and I'm selling at 5. Fully occupation of the hotel. You get immediate transfer of it. At 5 million. At 7.5, I've got on the screen here at 7.5. At 7.5, the bid is at 7.5. It's 7.5. At 7.5, can we see? I got 10 million in there. At 10 million, the bid is against the general on the screen. The bidder on the screen at 10 million. At 10 million. At 10 million, bidder number 4, I got 10. 12 million I have. At 12 million, the bid is at 12, and I'm selling at 12. 14 there. At 14, I have. On the floor at 14. At 14 million, the bid is at 14. 15. At 15, are you there? I'll take 1. At 15, I have. Can I say 16, sir? At 16, are you there? It's only another 1. 16 I have. At 16 million, I've got on the floor at 16 million rand. At 16 million rand, it's against you on the screen here at 16 million. At 16 million rand, the bid is at 16. At 16 million, I'll take 500 if you wish. At 16 million rand. At 16 million rand, no further offers on 16 million. At 16 million, I'm selling for the first. At 16 million, I'm selling for the second. Third and final call. No, we're not selling motor cars. 60 and a quarter. Let's be fair to the gentleman. He's not going to lose it for 100,000. 60 and a quarter, are you there? I got the right to regulate the bidding, Andrew. I'll take 60 and a quarter from your buyer. At 16.5. At 16.5, so the bid is against you at 16.5. May I say 17 to you, sir? At 17, it's only another 500. There's a few of you. It's 125 each. At 16.5 I have. At 16,500,000 the bid. The bid is on the phone at 16,500,000 I'm selling. Subject to confirmation. Remember, if you come in with an increased offer during the period of confirmation, the buyer of today has only got to match, not better. And that's it. Doors closed. At 16.5, ladies and gentlemen, I'm selling for the second. At 16.5, where can you get a property at 16.5 million in Hillbrow, in the CBD? Gentlemen, I'll dwell for you. Can we go in at 3/4? 16,750,000. No, out. At 16.5, all finished. Third and final call. You buy at 16.5, Andrew. Bid of 14. Thank you, Steve. All right, thank you very much indeed. It's 5% commission plus VAT. Lot number 2, ladies and gentlemen, we have Maxim's Hotel. Again, the corner of Boch and Koch and Banquet Street, Joubert Park, Johannesburg. All right, we're in Hillbrow again. This here, again, it's an icon. It's a massive development site as well. One could actually develop this incredibly, move the FER and the coverage as well. All right, again, the subject property is centrally located within the business mode of Hillbrow. It's an 8-story hotel block, 97 hotel rooms, 6 residential flats, and 8 to 10 renowned bars of your choice, which boasts some impressive decor, state-of-the-art lighting and sound. The facilities offer the client a wide variety of offerings, including a main hotel, 8 stories, 97 rooms, 40 gambling machines, pool tables, dance area. The ground floor, you've got a locksmith, surgery, bookstore, cafe, canteen, a bar with a pub with pool tables. It's a divided site. You have offices, main office, got security with in-house admin, flats, 5 times 1 bedroom, flats 1 times 2 bedroom. You have a beer garden as well. Total extent of the site is 2,233 squares. Your monthly rates, 28,000 in that respect. Estimated monthly income, 292,000, ladies and gentlemen. We've got a nice income of 292,867. All right. The hotel is owner occupied and the flat's tenanted. Okay. It's a VAT vendor, again, 5% commission. All right, in this respect, plus VAT. Are there any questions prior to us commencing? All right, who'll give me an offer, please, for Maxim's Hotel? It's one of the largest sites in the area there, in the suburb. All right, Who make an offer, please, for Maxime's Hotel? Any offers?
10 million.
I've already got 10, madam. Can we go 15?
15.
15 on the tier. At 15 million, I have. At 15 million, the bid's at 15. I'm selling at 15 million. At 20, I have. At 20 million, the bid's at 20. It's against you, madam, at 20 million rand. At 20 million. Can we say 25? At 25, are you in?
25 million.
Thank you very much. At
25.
I've got, don't repeat yourself, I'll take 50. At 25, I have. At 25, I've got there 30. Sorry, you with me at 30. At 30, I have on the floor, madam, at 30 million. At 30 million, I have. At 30 million, the bid is against.
35.
At 35, I have. I'll take 40. Sir, you there? Think about it. 38. Just put another two, I'll take 40. 40 I've got at 40,000. At 40 million, I beg your pardon. At 40 million, I have. At 40 million, bids against you, madam.
41.
No, madam. 45. I want
45.
I want to be out here by lunchtime. At 45, I have.
45.
Thank you. At 45 million, the bid's at 45. At 50, sir, are you with me at 50? Don't be negative. At 45 million on the screen here. At 45 million, the bid is at 45. At 45, take 7.5, sir. No. Are you sure? Prime real estate property sitting up there in Hillbrow. And I've got 45,000. 45 million, I beg your pardon. At 45 million, the bid. At 45. Any further off on 45 million, ladies and gentlemen? Subject confirmation within 7 days. At 45 million, I'm selling for the first. At 45 for the second. Third and final call. So to bidder number 4 there at 45 million. Thank you. Lot number 3, ladies and gentlemen. This is the Radium Hotel at 308 Marshall Street, Jefferstown, Johannesburg. We've actually accepted a pre-auction offer on this. All right. Have you got the similar conditions, Andrew? Can they come in with an increased offer? Okay. All right. The offer we've got here is 3.5 million. All right. For the actual Radium Hotel, the auction offer that we accepted before is 3.5. Again, if you wish to increase that, you're more than welcome in dealing with that. Are there any further offers on 3.5 million for the Radium Hotel? At 3.5. Again, you got 106 suites, sir. That's pardon? I beg your pardon? Where are we? Maxime's. Yeah, I'm on Radium. Yeah, I've got the Radium Hotel here. I've got plus or minus. The subject 2-story hotel block comprises 106 suites. Okay, all right, sorry about that. We got a bit of confusion on my little one here. We got 22 ensuite rooms. So apologize. Ground floors, 2 bars with pool tables and dance floor. Kitchen, basement bar, additional features, 5 gambling machines, can apply for additional 35, your maximum being 40. Fully licensed liquor and gambling machines. Again, monthly rates for 308 Marshall Street is 5,609. And then for 45 Orchard Street is 10,000. Okay, your estimated monthly income, excluding 12% and VAT, is the Radium Hotel at 21,700. Your Radium Kitchens, 2,200, giving you a total of 23,910 per month. All right, with no further offers, we have an offer of 3.5 million. No further offers, ladies and gentlemen. No one. I'm selling for the first. I'm selling for the second. Third and final call. You buy at 3.5 million, Andrew. All right, thank you. Lot number 4, ladies and gentlemen. Again, Alwyn Court is 51 residential flats. It's a shared block. Again, we've got 15 studio flats, 37 squares, 9 bachelor, 48 squares, and 27 one-bedroom at 74 squares. Your monthly levies for your studio flat, 649 rand. Monthly levies for the bachelor, 855. The one-bedroom flat, 1185. All the units are tenanted, Studio flats, you generate 3,200 a month. Bachelor flats, 3,600. And your one bedroom, 4,200. Ladies and gentlemen, are there any queries, questions, or anything on that at all? 10% commission on this. We're selling, it's a share block, so obviously transfer will be done immediately. It doesn't have to go to the deeds office, which is normally closed with the virus. So, all right, are there any questions in respect of the share block flat in 9 Windows Street? Any questions at all? Everyone happy? Remember, you're purchasing everything totally free of any encumbrances. All right, make me an offer, please, for the property at 9 at Alwyn Court, 9 Windows Street, South Beach. All right, anyone interested at all in the residential
Million.
flat? Pardon?
3 million.
2 million. You obviously lost out in the hotel, madam. You want this to take place. All right, at 2 million rand I have opening bid. At 2 million. 4 I have. At 4 million, the bid is at 4 and I'm selling at 4. Can I say 6, madam, to you? Take
5.
No, take another deep breath and say 6.
Okay, 6.
6 I have. At 6 million, the bid is at 6 and I'm selling at 6. At 6 million, it's against you, sir. At 6 million, can I say 8? 7. 7 I have. At 7 million rand, the bid is at 7, I'm selling at 7. At 7 million rand. At 7 million rand for 51 residential flats. It's for nothing. At 7 million. At 7 million, the bid is against you, madam. I have 7 million rand. At 7 million rand. Bidder number 9 looks as if she wants to come in as well. Can I say 8 to bidder number 9? You're looking very perplexed. Pardon? 8 million I have on the left. At 8 million, the bid is 8, and I'm selling at 8. It's against you, certainly against you, madam. I've got 8 million on the left. At 8 million rand. At 8 million rand the bid. Can we say 8.5 anywhere? At 8 million. At 8 million rand the bid. Can we say 8.5 on the screen? Nothing doing. Thinking seriously. At 8 million here on the floor. At 8 million, I'm selling for the first. 8 million for the second. Third and final call. Your number, sir, please. At 8 million. That's a bargain. Plan number 16. Okay, now we go into residential property. Lot number 5. 26 Middlemas Crescent, Reservoir Hills. Again, the subject property is situated within the Reservoir Hills. It's in close proximity to hospitals, police stations, schools, shopping malls, and other local amenities. Ground floor has got a fitted kitchen, lounge, dining room, TV room, 3 bedrooms, family bathroom, split air conditioning. First floor, parquet hallway, fitted kitchen, lounge, dining room, access to veranda, 3 bedrooms with parquet floor, family bathroom, guest toilet. Again, on the upper deck, you can have an entertainment area on the roof there. It's all waterproofed. Then you have an outbuilding, which is a flat with a kitchen, 2 bedrooms, bathroom with a double garage on top, 3-bay carport and a sunbed. This has actually got wonderful views into the valley there. It really is. It's on a panhandle and ideal opportunity even to fill it up with a few students if you wish. Are there any questions? Remember, you're purchasing it totally free of any encumbrances. All right. Again, in this respect, it's a 5% commission. All right, let's go. Who'll make me an offer? Have I given you the rates? The extent is 1624. Your monthly rates are 1,739. All right, let's go. Who'll make me an offer, please, for the property?
200,000.
Madam, let me finish my commercial. Who'll make me an offer, please, for 26 Middlemas Crescent, Reservoir Hills. All right, let's go. Make me an offer. 200,000, opening bid.
200,000.
Thank you. At 200,000 I have. At 200,000 the bid is at 2 and I'm selling at 2. At 200,000. At 200,000, ladies and gentlemen, can we say 4 anywhere? At 300 I have. I've got a telephone bid here at 300 there on the phone. At 300. At 300.
400.
400 I have. At 400,000 the bid's at 4 and I'm selling at 4. At 400. Pardon? Sorry? 450 I have on the floor at 450,000. At 450,000 the bid.
500.
500 I have. Buyer number 8 at 500,000. The bid is at 5, and I'm selling at 500,000. At 500,000. It's against you, Colleen, on the phone. I got 550. I have at 550. At 550, the bid is at
600.
600. I've got there at 6 against you at 600,000. At 600,000, the bid. At 600,000. Subject to confirmation within 7 days. And I got 600,000. At 600,000, going to say 650 on the phone. At 650, I have. At 650, the bid is against you. Bidder number 8. I've got floor at 650. At 650,000. At 650,000, the bid is at 650. At 650,000, ladies and gentlemen. Are we all out at 650? For a residence in Reservoir Hills. It's for nothing. I'll take 675 if you wish.
660.
Okay. I'll take the 10. Can't argue with ladies, can you? 670, madam. Colleen? 670. Out. At 660,000, I'm selling, subject to confirmation. At 660, I'm selling on the first. At 660, I'm selling on the second. Third and final call. Sold at 660, bidder number 9. Thank you. Thanks, madam. All right, now we go on to lot 6, ladies and gentlemen. Again, it's unit 20, door 32. It's flat 32, Boulevard Court. Again, this flat was under getting refurbished. The actual owners were a little bit behind. They located outside. They're in Hauteng, and we thought we would try and upgrade it. At the present moment, Andrew, it's what, partially upgraded. 70% done. Beg your pardon? So the kitchen's in and the bathroom's in. All right. Okay, it's an open plan kitchenette, lounge, bedroom, 1 bathroom with an enclosed balcony. Okay, section 20 of plan 335, 1985, known as Boulevard Court, 40 square meters. The municipal value is 150,000. Sectional title and centre located within the business node of South Beach, Durban, within walking distance to Durban's main beach, Marine Parade, shopping centres, and other amenities. Okay, any questions, ladies and gentlemen? Again, one can get a fair rental income there. It's probably about 4,000 a month on this. Okay, who'll make me an offer, please, for the sectional title unit, flat number 32, Boulevard Court? Let's go. Any offers? Nobody interested? It's a nice little hideaway flat. Can I say 100,000? At 100,000, the lady there, I've been offered. At 100,000, the bid is 100 on the floor. At 100,000, the bid is 100, and I'm selling at 100,000. At 100,000, can we say 125 anywhere? At 100,000. At 100,000, the bid is 100, and I'm selling at 100,000 rand. It's for nothing, ladies and gentlemen. At 100,000, can we say 125 anywhere? At 125.
110.
I got 125, sir. I can't go backwards. Okay, all right. At 125, I have. At 150, at 150, the bid is left on the floor at 150,000. At 150,000. At 150, sir. Can we say 160? At 150,000 to the floor, and I'm selling at 150,000. No further off than 150,000. Are we all out at 150? 160, I have. At 160, the bid is 160. Madam, can I say 170? 165. I'll help you out. You've come so far. 165. No. At 160,000, I have. At 160, I'm selling at 160,000 for the first. I'm selling at 160 for the second. Third and final call. Are you sure, madam? Out? Finished? Yes. Out. Sold at 160. Your number, sir, please. Buyer number 10. Thank you. Right. Next one we have is flat 53, Boulevard Court. Again, sectional title, 40 square meters in extent. It's been extensively upgraded as well. Open plan kitchen, lounge, bedroom, 1 bathroom, and an enclosed balcony. All right. Your monthly levy is 800. Monthly rates 190. All right. The seller is not a VAT vendor. Are there any questions? Again, you purchase it totally free of any encumbrances. All right, let's go. Who'll make me an offer, please, for the unit, door, flat number 53. I mean, if you change doors here, you can confuse people. But it's flat 53. All right, let's go. Who'll make me an offer, please, for flat 53 Boulevard Court? Any offers? 100 I've got at the back. You've given me 2 of those, so that's 2 5s are 10. 50. No, the prices normally increase as you go higher up in the block. 50,000 opening bid. At 50,000, the bid is at 15. I'm selling at 50,000 rand. At 50,000. At 50,000, the bid is at 15. I'm selling at 50,000. At 50,000. Where are we? Same lady. 100 I have. At 100,000, the bid is 100. Thank you. Pardon? I'm not getting here. I've got 100,000.
110. 110.
110. Bidder number 5 on the, at 110. 120 I have. At 120. At 120, Sanjeev. Can we see 130? Mike, 130. He's gone into mute. At 120 I have. At 120 the bid's at 120 and I'm selling at 120,000. At 120,000. Madam, it's your bid at 120. At 120. At 120,000 I have. At 120. Can we say 130 anywhere? At 120,000. I'm selling for the first. At 120 I'm selling for the second. Third and final call. Sold at 120 to the lady. She's buyer number 18. Thank you. All right, here we go again now. On to flat 516 Rydal Mount. Sectional title unit, 36 squares. The municipal value, 210,000. Monthly rate, 258. Monthly levy, 1,308. My goodness. Special levy, 491. Reserve levy, 151. And 16 rent CSOS. My goodness. So we're looking at 2,000, about 2 here. Rates and levies at 2,200. Again, it's vacant with no lease. Open plan kitchenette, lounge, bedroom, 1 bathroom, enclosed balcony. Any questions on this, ladies and gentlemen? All right, who'll make me an offer, please, for flat 516 Rydal Mount? Let's go. It's a sectional title unit. 100,000 opening bid. At 100,000, the bid is 100. I'm selling at 100,000. At 100,000 for Rydal Mount. At 100,000, ladies and gentlemen, can we say 120 anywhere? At 120 anywhere? At 100,000, gentlemen's bids in front at 100. At 100,000. At 100,000. He's back in again at 120. At 120, I have. At 120, the bid's at 120. 130. At 130. At 140, sir, you there? 140, I have. At 140. 150. At 150,000, the bid is 150. The bid's in front of you at 150,000. At 150. At 160, are you there? At 150, I have in front here at 150,000. At 150,000, I'm selling. Selling for the first. Selling for the second. Finished. Third and final call, 150,000. Number, sir, please. 21. Thank you. Okay, lot number 9, ladies and gentlemen, again. We got flat 520 at Rydal Mount. Again, 54 square meters, slightly larger. Again, you've got the same levies involved here, practically 2,200. It's a kitchen, lounge, dining room, 1 bedroom, and 1 bathroom. It's tenanted on a month-to-month basis. 5,380 per month is the rental on a month-to-month basis. Again, Rydal Mount, centrally located, through the beach facilities, amenities, and things like that. Any questions? Again, you're purchasing it totally free of any encumbrances. All right, who'll make me an offer, please, for the unit, flat number 705 at Rydal Mount. Let's go. 120. Thank you, sir. At 120,000 opening bid. At 120, I have. At 120,000, the bid is 120, and I'm selling at 120. Subject confirmation in 7 days. At 120,000, I have. At 120. At 120, can we say 130 anywhere? At 130. At 130 anywhere? At 120,000. It's for nothing, ladies and gentlemen. 130 I have. At 130, 140. At 140. 150, sir. 150 I've got. At 160 here. At 160. At 160,000. Are you having a family meeting? At 160 I've got in the front here. At 160, can I say 170? Yes, at 170. 180. At 180 I've got here. At 180. At 180, 185. No. At 180,000, the bid is in front at 180,000. At 180,000, no further off than 180. I'm selling for the first. At 180 for the second. Third and final call, all out. Sold to the last buyer, buyer number 21. Okay, lot 11, ladies and gentlemen. The industrial property at Heim Lane Jacobs. 10% commission. It's vatable. All right, so if you buy it with a VAT instrument, 0 rated. 98 Heim Lane Jacobs. Again, sorry? Oh, sorry, I beg your pardon. I'm trying. Good job, people here. All right, that was flat 520. All right, that we sold. I want now to flat 705. Okay, 42 squares. Again, you're in probably about 2,200 for your levies and what have you in the rates. It's tenanted, and you have a monthly rental of 4,200 Rand per month. It's an open plan kitchen, lounge, bedroom, and 1 bathroom. All right, it's a sectional title bachelor unit, unit 705, the flat. All right, any questions, ladies and gentlemen, in respect to this? You can see it's been tastefully redecorated. Okay, let's go. Make me an offer for the unit 705. 100 opening bid. I just keep on looking at you at 100,000. At 100,000 I have. At 100,000 I'm selling at 100,000 Rand. Opening bid of 100,000. At 100,000 bid, pardon? Back left. 125. At 125 I have. At 125. 150, are you there, sir? At 150. Yes, 150 I have. At 150, the bid is against you. At 150, the bid's in front of you at 150. At 150, the screen's gone very quiet with online bidders. At 150,000, 160, sir. 160, 170, 180, 190. 180, are you in? 180 I got, yes. 180 I have. At 180, 185 if you wish. 185 I've got in the front. At 185, 190, no, negative. At 185,000 I'm selling. At 185 I'm selling for the first. At 185 I'm selling for the second. Third and final call, sold at 185,000. Thank you. Buyer 21. Excuse the voice, ladies and gentlemen. I had a long auction in Johannesburg yesterday. So, lot 11, 98 Heim Lane Jacobs. Excellent industrial property. Again, the subject industrial property is centrally located within the industrial business node of Jacobs. Subject property, the industrial property comprises 2 floors with separate access to both levels. The ground floor, you've got office suite, 160 squares. You've got a workshop, 740 squares, reinforced floor, X-panel beta business, 3-phase power. You've got a basement level with a workshop at 930 squares. First floor offices, 52 squares, with a mezzanine at 85 squares. The extent of the site is 901 squares. Monthly rate, 17,523. The lease, there's no lease. The property is owner occupied. Okay, Andrew, in respect of this, can the buyer take vacant occupation, or can he enter into a lease with the current occupant? Vacant occupation will be guaranteed in respect of the property, ladies and gentlemen. Are there any questions prior to us commencing for this property in Jacobs? All right, who'll make me an offer, please? Jacobs properties are few and far between to come on the market. We've got an opportunity here to get a footprint in here. Again, 98 Heim Lane Jacobs. All right, let's go. Make me an offer. Anyone interested?
2 million.
Beg your pardon?
2 million.
2 million I have, an opening bid of 2 million rand. At 2 million rand, the bid is at 2, and I'm selling at 2. At 2 million rand. 3 I have. At 3 I've got there on the left at 3, and I'm selling at 3. At 3 million. 4 I have. At 4 million there on the screen. At 4 million I have it there. At 4 million I've got on the screen here at 4 million rand. At 4 million rand, ladies and gentlemen. At 4 million. 4.5 I have, madam, at 4.5. At 4.5 million, the bid is at 4.5. At 4.5, the bid is on my left on the floor. At 4.5 I have. At 5 on the screen, scarce you, sir, at 5 million. At 5 million. Quick, can you get a property in Jacobs at 5 million rand? It's for nothing. At 5 million rand I have. At 5 million. Subject to confirmation within 7 days at 5 million rand. At 5 million rand. Can we say 5.25 anywhere?
5.1.
Thank you. At 5.1 I have on the screen. At 5.1, the bid is at 5.1. Can I say 5.2, madam? It's against you. At 5.1 I have. At 5,100,000. 5.2. You're shaking your head. Negative. At 5.1. At 5.1 I have. At 5.1. What about you, sir? At 5.2. Can I get you back in at 5.2? May I get you back in? No. Got an opportunity. It's an all-time low. At 5.1 million I have, subject to confirmation. Can we say 5.2 to anyone? At 5.1, the bid is at 5.1, I'm selling at 5.1. At 5.1, ladies and gentlemen, subject to confirmation. At 5.2 I've got, at 5.2, the bid is at 5.2, and I'm selling at 5.2. At 5.2, 5.3, sir, are you with me? At 5.3, at 5,200,000. Pardon? Bid of 19. So, Mr. Rajat, can we say 5.3? He's gone.
No.
No, you're out.
I'm out.
Thank you. Not even at 5.25. At 5.2, I'm selling for the first. I'm selling for the second. Third and final call, sold at 5.2. It's by number 18 there. Thank you. All right, ladies and gentlemen, lot number 12. It's a residential property in Silver Glen, Chatsworth, 46 Trelitzia Road. Again, there's been some confusion on this. Basically, there's been some alterations done internally. All right, there's been no extension to the property. You've got various units on this. It's owned, it's family occupied at the present moment. There's municipal value of 839,500. Excuse me, at 1253 squares. Again, it's centrally located within Silver Glen, a suburb of Chatsworth. It's in close proximity to the clinic, Chatsworth Clinic, healthcare, shopping malls. There's a nice little satellite shopping centre in close proximity to it. All right, the ground floor, you've got unit 1, you've got a porch, fitted kitchen, lounge, family bathroom, single garage. Unit 2, you've got a fitted kitchen, lounge, 2 bedrooms, main ensuite to the bathroom. Lower level, unit 3, kitchenette, lounge, 2 bedrooms, bathroom. Unit 4, 2 bedrooms and a bathroom. Unit 5, kitchen, lounge, 1 bedroom, 1 bathroom. Unit 6, kitchen, lounge, 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. Monthly rates, $951. The seller is not a VAT vendor. Property is tenanted. Unit 1 is 1,500 rand per month. No rent for Unit 2. Unit 3 and Unit 4, you've got 1,500 a month as well. Unit 5 and 6, you've got 800 rand per month. Okay, all on a month-to-month lease. So you've got 1,600 there in the basement area, and 3 and 4, 5. You got 6,100 at the present moment on a month-to-month tenancy. All right, you either can give them a month's notice, re-tenant it, or occupy it on your own if you are the successful purchaser. Again, you're purchasing it totally free of any encumbrances. Thank you. All right. Are there any questions, ladies and gentlemen, prior to us commencing? All right. Who'll make me an offer, please, for the property located at 46 Trelitzia Road, Chatsworth? Let's go. Who'll make me an offer, ladies and gentlemen? Anyone interested? Anyone at all? Can we say 200,000? At 200 I have. A noting bid of 200,000. The bid is at 2 and I'm selling at 2. At 200,000. Excuse me. At 200,000 the bid. At 200,000 the bid is at 2 and I'm selling at 2. At 200,000. At 3 I have. At 300, the bid is at 3 and I'm selling at 3. Don't look so glum, sir. At 300,000. At 300,000, can I say 4, sir? 4 I've got. At 400,000, the bid is at 4 and I'm selling at 4. 450 I've got. At 450, the bid is at 450 and I'm selling at 450. At 450, can I say 5, sir? 5 I have. At 500,000, the bid is at 5, I'm selling at 5. At 500,000, the bid. At 500, 550. At 556, are you there? 575, I'll help you out. Don't do that, do that. At 550, I have on the right, at 550,000. Can we say 575, ladies and gentlemen? For a property in Chatsworth, I got 550,000. At 550,000, I'm selling for the first. At 550, I'm selling for the second. 575 I have. At 575, so it's against you, and I've got 575. At 575,000, I'm selling. At 575. At 575, can I say 6? Yes or no? I'm selling here at 575. At 575,000, I'm selling for the first. At 575, I'm selling for the second. Third and final call. Sold at 575. Your number, sir, please. 24. Thank you. Okay, lot 13, ladies and gentlemen. Again, Unit 5, Mzini Izanga Estate, 90 Younger Close. This is absolutely fantastic. It's 10% commission. It's a very, very nicely constructed residence. Subject sectional title unit is situated in a secure estate within Umslanga Rocks. It's in close proximity to Medicross Umslanga, Mount Edgecombe Hospital, police station, schools, and other local amenities with ready access to the N2 freeway. It's a double-story sectional title property in a gated estate. Gourmet kitchen with a scullery, spacious open plan lounge dining room, 3 bedrooms all en suite. Main bedrooms opens up to a balcony. Double garage, direct access from the kitchen, patio with enclosed garden. The communal pool, is that for the complex, yeah? Yeah, or is that, you have a communal pool there for the neighbors? All right. Okay. Let's see if we've got any other commercials on this one here. All right, it's a sectional title property. It's a well administered gated estate, ladies and gentlemen. All right, let's go. Make me an offer, please. Again, your levies, your rates are 4,000 per month. Your monthly levies are 1,883, which are very, very reasonable. All right, let's go. Go make me an offer, please, for Unit 5, Mzini Izanga Estate, very upmarket. All right, let's go.
2 million.
1 million opening bid. At 1 million rand, the bid is a million. I'm selling at 1 million rand. At 1 million rand, ladies and gentlemen. At 1.5. At 1.5, the bid's in front here on the right at 1.5. At 1.5, I have. At 1.5, the bid is 1.5. 2 million I got. At 2 million, 2.5. At 2 million 5. At 2 million 5 in front here. At 2 million 5 on the right. At 2 million 5.
6.
Oh,
2.6.
2.6, 2.7, sir. 2.7 I have on the floor, madam, at 2.7. At 2.7 million, the bid is at
2.8.
2.8, 2.9. At 2.9 I have. At 2.9, may I say 3 million, yes or no? At 2.9 million on the floor here at 2.9. You've come so far, you're going to miss out again. At 2.9 million, ladies and gentlemen, come and say 3 million on the floor anywhere or on the screen. At 2.9. At 2.9 million, subject to confirmation within 7 days. At 2.9, I'm selling for the first. At 2.9, I'm selling for the second. You're bidding, madam. 3 million. I've got from the screen. Bidder number? Bidder number 19.
19.
Thank you, sir. That's Solly. All right, at 3 million I have. 3-1 I've got. At 3-1 on the floor, Solly. May I say 3-2?
No, out.
You heard him. He's got the family chasing him. At 3.1 I have. At 3.1 million, the bid is at 3.1 and I'm selling. At 3.1 million, ladies and gentlemen, I'm selling at 3.1 for the first. At 3.1 for the second. You're perspiring, madam. Third and final call. Are we all out at 3.1? Sold to buyer number 22. Thank you. Well done. Okay. Are you ready, sir? And gentlemen in front too. All right, ladies and gentlemen, lot number 14. Again, 5% deposit. It's VAT. Again, it's VATable. It's a property at 317 Curry Road, Musgrave. Again, it is all part of a lot of newspaper reporting and everything like that. The block has been in use for some time, so it's got prominence. Everyone is interested in this block, so you get genuine buyers here. First of all, I've got a letter here that I'm required to read out, ladies and gentlemen. We act for Save Our Berea, a public interest organisation which is primarily concerned with community issues affecting residents of the Berea. From time to time, SOB engages with the Tequini municipality, especially regarding town planning, rezoning of properties, unlawful developments, etc. A matter of immediate concern to SOB has been a development at 317 Curry Road, Berea, in respect of which our client has a substantial evidence that the plans and rezoning relating to the development were passed unlawfully, and that there is a probability that there was corruption associated with the development. It perhaps be appropriate for you to reach your own conclusions on the information which is being presented to you in this email. We attach here two various documents, the contents of which are self-explanatory. The unlawfulness associated with the development is clear from an analysis of these documents. We should point out that the report of the Investigation and Integrity Unit was released by a whistleblower. The Tequini municipality refused to release the report and continues to do so. In addition, it refuses to furnish details of the disciplinary hearings arising from the report. However, our client is currently in the process of engaging the new head of the municipality in view to persuading him to take the necessary action to set aside the plans of rezoning given their unlawful and probably corrupt genesis. Okay, and then we go on, we point out to you respectfully that the lawfulness of or otherwise of 317 development has serious implications. No one will buy into this development given the controversies surrounding it, except perhaps the applicant in the liquidation proceedings. It is therefore important that you do your utmost to deal with this matter as independently as possible because sensitivities surrounding this development are significant. We draw to your attention that there is likely to be a number of other substantial claimants in the vicinity of the 317 development who have suffered significant losses arising from the depreciation in the value of their properties and the depreciation of the amenities which they have suffered over the last 6 years. We have undertaken to provide some of these claimants with claim forms, and we will be indebted to you if you could furnish us with the necessary documentation in this regard. In addition, could you provide us with the following information? When is the first meeting of creditors scheduled to be held? When is the second meeting of creditors scheduled to be held? And what are the plans which you have in mind in respect of the development of 317 Curry Road? And given the documentation which we have given you, do you intend to report the unlawfulness of the development to the authorities? As we see the position, you are obliged to do so. We draw to your attention the provisions of Section 400 and 424 of the Companies Act. If you intend to proceed with the sale of the property, please furnish us with timelines. Please will you ensure that the conditions of sale in respect of the said property draw the attention to potential purchasers, the claims of unlawfulness associated with the development, so that if they proceed to purchase the property, they do so with due warning of the problems associated with the property. And please would you also keep us updated and copy to us in each of the steps taken in the liquidation process. Your cooperation is greatly appreciated. Pravesh Deeplal. This letter was dated the 29th of October 2019, addressed to Mr. Kurt Knut, ladies and gentlemen. Subsequent now, from there, we move on. Yesterday, as everyone knows, it's been on the front page of the Mercury. There was an interdict application submitted, which was bounced to try and stop the auction sale today. The judge ruled against the applicants, and we are now proceeding with the sale. In respect of the actual notice, the application will raise inter alia the following constitutional issues: breach of the doctrine of legality, the breach of the following constitutional rights resulting from the development at 317 Curry Road, namely the right to privacy, B, the right to access to information held by the state, C, the right to just administrative action, D, the right to dignity and to have their dignity respected and protected, E, the right to an environment that is not harmful to health or well-being, to have the environment protected for the benefit of present and future generation, to reasonable legislative and other measures, that prevent pollution and ecological degradation, promote conservation, secure ecologically sustainable development and use of resources while promoting justifiable economic and social development, and the right to property, which includes a right not to be arbitrarily deprived of property, and the right to access to the courts, which includes the right to have any dispute resolved by the application of law decided in a fair public hearing. And 3, we have constitutional issues arising as a result of the unlawful or fraudulent processes which gave rise to the rezoning of 317 Curry Road and the passing of plans in respect of this development. Okay, again, this was all part of the papers. Again, part A, interdictory relief. Kindly take notice that the application will be made as a matter of urgency on behalf of the above-mentioned applicants, being Seva Berea, Kevin Dunkley, Cheryl Johnson, an organisation of civic rights. Okay, this was served on Kurt Knoop, Renette Leathern, Etequini Municipality, Deputy Information Officer, Etequini Municipality, Minister of Trade and Industry, the Premier of the Province of KwaZulu-Natal, the President of the Republic of South Africa, and Ian Wyles Auctioneers. Okay, I come at the bottom of the list. Okay, all right, Part A, kindly take notice that the application will be made as a matter of urgency on behalf of the above-mentioned applicants to this Honourable Court on the 25th day of August at 9:30. All right, or soon thereafter, as Council may be heard for orders the following: that the application for urgent interdictory relief in Part 1 of the applicant's notice of motion is treated as one of urgency in terms of Uniform Rules 6(12), and that the usual forms and time limits be dispensed with. That a rule necessary do hereby issue calling upon the respondents and any other interested parties to show cause, if any, to this Honourable Court on the 3rd day of November 2020 at 9:30 or soon thereafter, as the matter may be heard, why an order should not be granted in the following terms: that pending the determination of the review application and other relief sought in Part B of the applicant's notice of motion, the 1st, 2nd, and 8th respondents are interdicted and restrained from selling or alienating or in any way disposing of, whether by private treaty or public auction, the development erected upon 317 Curry Road. 1st, 2nd, and 8th respondents are interdicted and restrained from proceeding with the sale on auction set down on the 26th of August of the development situated at 317 Curry Road. The 1st and 2nd respondents are directed to take all steps necessary to prevent any unlawful building construction work being carried out on the premises at 317 Curry Road. That the city manager directed to ensure that the applicants are given access to interview any municipal or town planning officials in connection with the current litigation, including the following persons: Mr. Mbuzu Ngobo, the head of CIIU, Mr. Raven Woodley of the Town Planning Department, and Madam Barbara Claire Norton of the Town Planning Department. 3, that all questions of costs are reserved for determination of the hearing of the review application, save that in the event of the application for urgent interim relief being opposed, the costs of such application be paid on an attorney-client scale, including the cost of free counsel where so employed by any party unsuccessfully opposing the application for interim relief. Okay, again, the 1st and 2nd respondents are interdicted and restrained from proceeding with the sale on auction set down for the 26th. The 1st and 2nd respondents are directed to take all steps necessary to prevent this. I'm repeating myself here. Okay, again, the paragraph 2 operates an interlocutory order which does not have the effect of final judgment and is to operate with immediate effect pending the confirmation of discharge or discharge of the rule necessary. 5, alternative relief. Part B, main application. Further to take notice that the applicant intends to apply on a date to be arranged with the registrar to seek an order in the following terms. 6, that the decision by the 3rd respondent to rezone the property situated at 317 Curry Road from GR1 to GR5 be and is hereby reviewed and set aside. 7, that the decision by the 3rd respondent to approve the plans in respect of the development at 317 Curry Road be and is hereby reviewed and set aside. 8, it is declared that the rezoning and the approval of plans in respect of 317 Curry Road are tainted with fraud. And 9, that the city manager of the 3rd respondent is ordered to take the necessary steps to demolish the development at 317 Curry Road within 3 months of the date of this order. The demolition shall take place by way of implosion, or if that is not possible, by the quickest and most efficient means possible. 10, the third respondent is directed to supervise such demolition and to ensure that appropriate safeguards are put in place to protect the safety of neighbouring buildings of residents. 11, in the event of the approval of the plans not being set aside, then the fifth respondent is directed to take such steps as may be necessary in terms of section 21 of the National Building Regulations to demolish the said property. 12, an order declaring the withholding of the CIIU report by the third respondent unlawful. 13, an order declaring that the consent of the owner as a precondition to access to building plans is unnecessary, and the third respondent is directed to remove that qualification in the list of documents which are automatically and freely available, set out in section 14, manual of the third respondent. 14, an order directing the third respondent to include in section 14 manual categories of records set out below as being automatically and freely available with a request in terms of PAIA being necessary. Agendas and minutes of meetings of council, instructors and formal staff meetings, and those of its predecessors, excluding minutes and agendas which have been marked confidential. 15, an order directing the third respondent to include in its section 14 manual all the documents referred to in paragraph 160 of the KwaZulu-Natal Planning and Development Act of 2008, in accordance with the provisions of section 15 of the Promotion of Access to Information Act 2000, Act number 2 of 2000. 16, an order directing third respondent to take place and notice in the town planning section of the municipality in a prominent position, easily accessible and visible to members of the public, of all documents that are automatically available in relation to town planning matters. 17, an order directing the municipality to comply with the guidelines set out in Annexure X here too in dealing with the review applications in addition to any other guidelines that may be prescribed by the municipality. 18, that the third respondent is ordered to pay the costs of this application on the scale as between attorney and client, such costs to include the costs consequent upon the employment of the three counsel. And 19, alternative relief. Kindly take notice further that the third respondent, in terms of the Uniform Rules 53.1, is required within 15 days of receipt of this notice to dispatch to the Register of this Honourable Court and to the applicant's attorneys a record of all proceedings resulting in giving rise to the decisions sought to be reviewed and corrected or set aside, such documents to include full and abbreviated copies of every Joint Advisory Committee meeting. 1.2, transcripts of recordings of every Joint Advisory Committee meeting, full unabbreviated minutes of every Town Planning Committee meeting. 1.4, transcripts of recording of every Town Planning Subcommittee meeting. 1.5, the 1917 plans for the building that had been erected upon 317 Curry Road, 1917. Interesting. 1.6, the full unabbreviated minutes of a meeting held by a Town Planning Subcommittee to inspect the property upon 317 Curry Road. 1.7, all documents relevant to the demolition of the existing dwelling upon 311 Curry Road. Okay, we've got 317, 311. All right. Further to take notice that the affidavits of Kevin Dunkley, Cheryl Johnson, Sayed Iqbal Mohammed, Jeff Pullen, Lucas Martinez, Maya, Ayed Musa, and the annexures thereto will be used in support of this application. Take notice further that the applicants have appointed Fatima Karodia, attorneys, 29 Bellevue Road, Musgrave, Durban, at which address will accept notice or process in these proceedings. We kindly take notice further that in the event of the respondents or any interested parties wishing to oppose the relief sought in Part B hereof, they shall, within 15 days of receipt of the notice of motion, deliver a notice to the applicant's attorneys that they intend to oppose, and in such notice appoint an address within 15 kilometres of the office of the Register of the High Court, at which they will accept notice and service all documents in these proceedings. B, within 30 days after expiry of the time limit contemplated in Uniform Rule 53.4, deliver any affidavit that such respondent or person may desire in answer to the allegations made by the applicant. And take notice further that if no intention to oppose relief in Part B is given, the application for such relief will be set down for hearing on a date to be arranged with the registrar. Kindly place this matter on the roll for hearing accordingly, dated 20th of August. All right, ladies and gentlemen, Part A, the interdict to stop the sale was not approved by the courts. Part B, obviously, will be dealt with at a later date. Okay, that is respect of plans and the actual rezoning. But in respect of the interdict, that there was no relief given to the applicants. Okay, the respondents got the judgment, and we have to carry on with the actual sale of the actual property here. All right. I'll now go through the conditions of sale, which again will be quite lengthy, but again, it is necessary for this to be done so that everyone is fully aware in terms of the conditions that we are selling this property. All right, Ian Wyles Auctioneers of Level 3, Unit 5, Edson Business Park, 2 Shibushi Road, Riverhorse, Durban, hereinafter called the auctioneer, mandated on behalf and duly instructed by the joint liquidators for Serengeti Rise Industries Pty Limited, registration number 200-802735-307, title deed number T34345/2009. We intend to offer for sale by public auction to prospective purchasers certain fixed movable property more fully described as portion 1 of Earth 2230 and portion 1 of Earth 2204 Durban. In extent, 2230, the cadastral area, 620 square meters, and Earth 2204, 122, 6 square meters, situated at 317 Curry Road, Musgrave. Ian Wyles Auctioneers undertakes in terms of what is herein set out and his mandate and authority granted to it by the seller to sell the aforementioned property by public auction on behalf of the seller to the purchaser on the following terms and conditions and according to the published rules of auction. The auction procedure. The sale is subject to the rules of auction that are displayed and available on our website, www.ianwyles.co.za. 1.1, the rules of auction comply with Section 45 of the Consumer Protection Act, Act 68 of 2008, the Act, and with the Consumer Protection Act regulations. The regulations that have been published in terms thereof in Government Gazette number 34180 on the 1st of April 2011, volume 550, and any amendments thereto from time to time. 1.2, Section 45, subsection 2 of the Act provides that when goods are put on sale by auction, each lot is, unless there is evidence to the contrary, regarding to the subject of a separate transaction. The auction will commence at the published time and will not be delayed to allow the specific person, any more person, to take part in the auction. Registration to bid at the auction. Anyone that intends to bid at the auction must register his or her identity on the bidder's record prior to the commencement of the auction. And such registration must meet the requirements of FICA, that's the Financial Intelligence Center Act, 2001, in respect of the establishment and verification of identity of the person, and the person must sign the registration entry. 142, a person who attends the auction to bid on behalf of another person, i.e. on behalf of a company, must produce a letter of authority that expressly authorizes him or her to bid on behalf of that person. Where a person is bidding on behalf of a company, the letter of authority must appear on the letterhead of the company and must be accompanied by a certified copy of the resolution authorizing him or her to bid on behalf of the company. 1.5, the bidder's record and the vendor roll will be made available for inspection at the offices of Ian Wyles Auctioneers during normal business hours without the charge of a fee. The bidder's record will also be available for inspection at the auction, that being the bidder's record being the vendor roll, ladies and gentlemen. Ian Wyles Auctioneers has a trust account. All money due to the seller in terms of the rules of auction will be paid into this trust account for the benefit of the seller, minus any commission payable to Ian Wyles Auctioneers. The auctioneer will, during the auction, announce the reason for the auction, unless that reason is a normal and voluntary disposal of property by the seller. In that respect, ladies and gentlemen, it's a liquidation matter. I've been instructed by the joint liquidators to dispose of the property by public auction. 1.8, the purchaser shall, upon the fall of the hammer, sign these conditions of sale. The purchase price will be as follows. A deposit of 5% of the purchase price shall be payable to the auctioneer on the signing of the conditions of sale by the purchaser, or 50,000, whichever is the greater. That's put it in words. Then the purchaser shall pay the auctioneer's commission at the rate of 5% plus VAT, calculated on the purchase price of the property, which amounts will be held in trust pending acceptance by the seller. 2.2, it is specifically agreed that the commission is earned and payable immediately to the auctioneer on confirmation of the sale. All other agreed expenses and disbursements payable by the seller will be deducted by the auctioneer. Sorry, could we maybe just close the door there at the back? It's a bit noisy. Deducted by the auctioneer from any funds paid to it by the purchaser and standing to the credit of the seller. The balance of the deposit shall be payable to the seller within 45 days of the signing of these conditions by the purchaser. The purchaser shall not be entitled to interest on the deposit. purchaser shall pay the seller or the seller's conveyancer the balance of the purchase price. That's the difference between the deposit and the knockdown price. Within 30 days of confirmation of the sale or furnish the sale within foresaid period, bank, building society, or other guarantee acceptable to the seller for the balance of the purchase price free of exchange at Durban on the date of registration of transfer of the property into the purchaser's name. 2.3, the purchaser hereby authorizes the auctioneer upon acceptance of the agreement by the seller to pay over to the seller or its conveyancers the balance of the deposit, less disbursements, if any. Acceptance, the document constituting an offer to purchase by the purchaser, which is subject to written acceptance by the seller within 14 calendar days, hereinafter referred to as the offer period, and seller at any time during the offer period. For the sake of clarity, the purchase offer is open to acceptance until 1700 hours on the 14th calendar day after the signature hereof by the purchaser, counting of 14 calendar days to commence on the first calendar day after the date of signature hereof, and shall endure until the 1700 hours on the 9th of September 2020, being the 14th calendar day thereafter. And 3.2, during the offer period, the seller or the auctioneer may continue to market the property in the normal course of business as they may deem fit, and in consequence of same, may take in one further and better written offer to the purchaser from a prospective purchaser to be submitted for the seller's consideration. The auctioneer shall advise the purchaser in writing, which may either be by telefax or by electronic mail, of any higher written offer, hereinafter referred to as a competing offer, which is received from any third party during the offer period. The purchaser shall, for a period of 24 hours, hereinafter referred to as the auction period after transmission of the written advice of the competing offer by the auctioneer, as aforesaid, have the option to increase the purchase price offered by him in terms of this agreement to the amount equal to the purchase price of the competing offer, but subject otherwise to all other terms and conditions of this agreement. If the purchaser wishes to exercise the option to match the competing offer during the option period, the purchaser must do so in writing in clear and unambiguous terms, when notice must be delivered to the auctioneer before the expiry of the 24-hour option period. This written notice must either be handed delivered to the business premises of the auctioneer and a receipt signed in respect thereof, or maybe emailed, telefax to the auctioneer at the indicated email telefax numbers, provided that in such instance the purchaser must telephonically confirm receipt of the said mail telefax at the business premises of the auctioneer, as the onus rests upon the purchaser to confirm receipt of the said notice by the auctioneer. 3.5, if the purchaser fails to exercise the option during the option period, the seller shall be entitled but not obliged to accept the competing offer. Okay, and should the seller, however, elect not to accept the competing offer, the offer contained in this agreement shall remain irrevocable and of full force and effect and open for acceptance by the seller until the lapse of the offer period as set out above. 3.6, should the purchaser exercise the option within the option period and match the competing offer, the purchase price in terms of the agreement shall be increased by the increased amount. The seller shall be entitled upon the lapse of the offer period to accept his agreement at any increased purchase price. This option process is a continuation of the original process, and any sale thus concluded shall be a sale by auction. 3.7, the date of sale of the property shall, for the purpose of this agreement, be deemed to be the date of written acceptance of this offer or the increased offer by the seller. The auctioneer will, at the sole discretion of the auctioneer, thereafter notify the purchaser in writing of such acceptance by the prepaid registered post, hand delivery, by email transmission, or facsimile transmission. 3.8, should the seller not accept the purchaser's offer, the auctioneer shall immediately repay to the purchaser any deposit paid by him, including any amount paid in terms of clause 2.1, being the commission. 3.9, in the event of the agreement requiring the consent of the Master of the High Court in terms of any law, or the consent of the local authority, municipality to pass transfer, then this agreement is subject to such consent, being obtained in writing as soon as possible and in the normal course of the conveyancing process. If such consent is refused or not obtained for whatever reason, then this offer will lapse and neither party shall have a claim against the other arising herefrom. Possession, subject to purchaser having complied with all the obligations incumbent on him, possession of the property shall be given to the purchaser on registration of this agreement by the seller, from which date the purchaser will be entitled to rental, if any, and will be liable for payment of any rates, taxes, licenses, insurance, and other like charges with respect to the property. On registration, all benefits and risks of ownership in respect of the property shall pass to the purchaser, and the purchaser shall insure the property and the improvements thereon for its full replacement value against risk of loss or damage by fire. Any rates, taxes, and other imposts paid out subsequent to the said date of possession by the seller shall be refunded by the purchaser proportionally in accordance with the above. Paragraph 5, occupation. Occupation shall be given to the purchaser on registration of the property into the purchaser's name. The seller, however, gives no warranty that the purchaser will obtain actual occupation of the property on the date provided, and the purchaser shall have no claim of whatsoever nature against the seller should actual occupation not be obtained on the date of possession of the property. 5.2, the seller will, within reason, assist the purchaser's expense as may be reasonably necessary and or required by law to assist the purchaser in obtaining vacant occupation of the property, but without the seller obtaining any liability to pay for any eviction itself, or obtaining any liability in respect of an unsuccessful eviction or in respect of any damages suffered whatsoever by the purchaser as a result thereof. Should the purchaser require occupation prior to registration, the purchaser shall pay occupational interest on or before the first day of each and every month directly to the conveyancer at a rate of 12% per annum. That's 1% per month, but prorated monthly, calculated only in the balance of the purchase price, remaining after deduction of the deposit and any other amounts already paid by the purchaser towards the purchase price in terms of clause 2 above. Occupational interest will commence from the date of occupation to the date of registration of transfer paid monthly in advance without any deduction or set-off. Existing tenancies, the property is sold subject to all existing tenancies, if any, to the best of the liquidator's knowledge. No leases exist. The purchaser shall be bound by the terms and conditions of all existing leases of which he acknowledges he is fully apprised. Footstuds, the property is sold footstuds to the extent such it now lies without any warranty or guarantee whatsoever. Neither will the seller or the agent be responsible for any latent or patent defects. In this respect, ladies and gentlemen, the scaffolding will not be included in the sale of this property. In addition, the actual hoist that is utilized at the present moment for the various floors. So the scaffolding and the hoist will both be excluded from any sale. I beg your pardon? Well, the scaffolding and decking is one, sir. Yeah, scaffolding and decking. All right, thank you. Okay, please, you are fully aware of this. Okay, so footstuds. The sale is subject to conditions and servitudes as specified in the existing title deed and to all such other conditions as may exist in respect thereof with which the purchaser has acquainted himself. The seller is not answerable for any deficiency in the extent of the property and does not profit by any eventual excess thereof. In the event of the description and area of the property herein being different from that in the title deed concerned, the description and area in such title deed shall be considered and incorporated herein. Okay, the purchaser furthermore acknowledges that he has acquainted himself with the situation, nature, conditions, beacons, extent, and locality of the property, and the seller and or agent shall be entirely free from all liability in respect thereof. And whenever appropriate in this agreement, unless the context otherwise requires, words signifying the singular number shall include the plural, and words importing the masculine shall include the feminine gender. 8, warranty. The purchaser hereby warrants that the procedure pertaining to the auction inter alia, registration of bidders, the reading of the conditions of sale, the commencement of bidding, the bidding, and the due signature and completion of the conditions of sale by the purchaser were conducted in a lawful and proper manner without any irregularity of any nature whatsoever. 9, the entire agreement, any latitude or extension of time allowed by the seller to the purchaser shall not, under any circumstances, be deemed to be a waiver of the seller's rights hereunder. No condition stipulates warrants or representation whatsoever than those expressly provided for herein have been made by the seller and or agent, and this agreement to purchase shall, upon confirmation hereof, constitute the entire contract between the parties. Any variations, alterations, or additions to this agreement shall not be of any force or effect or legal validity unless reduced to writing and signed by both the seller and the purchaser. Transfer, the purchaser shall be liable for transfer costs. Well, not this instance, there's VAT to be paid, no transfer costs, only transfer duty. All right, and other costs incidental there too. Transfer shall be effected by the seller's conveyancers within reasonable time after the purchaser has complied with the terms of clause 2.2 hereof, that's guarantees, and after the purchaser has paid all the costs referred to in the paragraph to the seller's conveyancers, which costs shall be payable on demand. Ladies and gentlemen, we will advise you of the actual conveyancers who will be effecting transfer should you be the successful purchaser. The purchaser and the seller undertake to sign all documents necessary to effect transfer of the property on demand, and the seller shall have the right to cancel this contract should the purchaser unnecessarily delay transfer of the property. Company to be formed, clause 11. In the event of the purchaser signing this agreement in his capacity as an agent for a company to be formed and the purchase fails, within 30 days from date of this agreement to register a company having as one of its objects the adoption or ratification of this agreement, or such company fails to adopt or ratify this agreement within 14 days after the date of its incorporation, then either of such events the said purchaser shall be deemed as from the date hereof to have entered into this agreement in his personal capacity and as principal, and have acquired and have assumed the rights and obligations of the purchaser under this agreement. In the event of such company being registered and duly adopting or ratifying this agreement, then said purchaser by signature hereunder shall be deemed to bind himself and binds himself to the seller, a surety and co-principal debtor in solidum with such company for the due performance by it as the purchaser for all the terms and conditions of the agreement. Clause 12, cancellation. Should the purchaser fail to comply with any of the terms or conditions of this agreement, within 7 days of dispatch of written demand, the seller and or agent on behalf of the seller acting on the written instructions of the seller shall, on such breach, be entitled without further notice to either A, 12.1.1, cancel the agreement, take occupation of the property, and have the property resold by auction or private treaty at his sole discretion. The purchaser shall then be liable for all costs of such resale, any deficiency in price, which results therefrom, advertising costs, other damages and losses, including consequential damages as may arise. All payments made by the purchaser to the seller and or agent pursuant to the agreement shall be forfeited by the purchaser in favour of the agent and the seller respectively, or alternatively be regarded as liquidated pre-estimated damages or losses suffered by them. 12.1.2, hold the purchaser bound by his agreement to claim forthwith payment of the entire purchase price and other benefits and entitlements and any other costs, losses and damages caused as a result of such breach. 12.1.3, hold the purchaser liable in terms of the agreement to pay all commissions, VAT and charges, expenses and costs as incurred as contemplated in this agreement. 12.2, the purchaser will be liable for all legal costs incurred by the seller and or agent arising out of its breach of this agreement on the attorney and own client scale of costs, including the collection costs relating to payment of the purchase price and or commission as the case may be. 13, repairs, improvements and alterations. Should the purchaser make any alterations or improvements to the property, then, unless otherwise agreed in writing by the parties, the purchaser will not be entitled to any refund or compensation in respect of the same in the event of the sale, being cancelled in terms of clause 11, unless such repairs, improvements and or alterations relate to the necessary expenditure incurred by the purchaser with or without the authority of the seller in regard to the preservation of the land or improvements thereon. In the event the cancellation of the agreement is aforesaid, the purchaser hereby waives any lien he may have over the property for such improvements and grants the seller an irrevocable power of attorney and authority to enter upon and take possession of the property. Entomologist certificate, if applicable. All right, the seller is required to get at his own expense for 14 days, but unfortunately the building is under construction at the present moment. Getting the purchaser shall at his own expense and within 45 days after the day of the sale cause such indentation to be eradicated if there is details and things like that. Obviously, at the present situation, that's open to discussion. Electrical installation certificate of compliance certificate. The purchaser hereby undertakes to furnish the seller's attorney's prior to occupation or transfer by the purchaser, whichever is the earlier, with either an electrical installation certificate or part of an electrical installation certificate, or a certificate of compliance in respect of the property in terms of the electrical installation regulation of 1992 under the Machinery and Occupational Health and Safety Act, number 6 of 1983 as amended, issued by an electrical contractor who is registered in terms of regulations. Or 15.1.2, an electrical certificate of compliance is not applicable to the electrical installation in that such installation existed prior to 23rd of October 1992, and there has not been any change in the ownership of these premises after March 94, and nor has there been any amendment or alteration to electrical installation as regulated by Regulation 7 in brackets 1. 15.2, all costs incurred in obtaining such certificates, including costs of repairs, replacements, required in order for the certificate to be issued shall be borne by the purchaser. Electric fence system, certificate of compliance if applicable. Purchaser shall be responsible for any certificate of compliance for any electrical fence system on the property as referred to in Regulation 12, bracket 4 of the Electrical Machinery Regulation 2011 to the Occupational Health and Safety Act of 1993 to the effect that the installation is safe. 16.2, the seller further warrants that he has not modified or altered the installation and is not aware of any modification or alteration having been effected since the issue of the certificate. Gas compliance certificate if applicable. Well, again, the purchaser shall at his expense deliver on or before the transfer a certificate of conformity issued an authorised person as defined in the Pressure Equipment Regulation 209 made by the Minister of Labour under Section 43 of Occupational Health and Safety Act 85 of 1993, to the effect that the gas installation on the property conforms to the required health and safety standard. The seller undertakes not to alter, install or remove the gas installation after issue of the said certificate, insofar as the authorised person appointed by the purchaser to provide such certificate requires corrective work to be carried out. As a precondition to the issue of such certificate, the purchaser will procure such work as carried out at the purchaser's cost and expense. Existing certificates shall not predate on the date of acceptance of the agreement of sale by more than 2 years. National Environment Management, Clause 18. We're almost there, ladies and gentlemen. Again, purchasers are prior to registration of transfer require the purchaser's own expense and delivery to the purchaser and expansion certificate in compliance with the provisions of the National Environmental Management Biodiversity Act of number 10 of 2004, issued by the accredited person who is registered with the Wildlife Environmental Society of South Africa. This one beats me, but never mind. 19, fixtures and fittings. The property, again, the decking, the scaffolding, and the hoist is not included. The property is sold together with any buildings, other improvements thereon. The event of being such buildings, other improvements, stoves, heaters, electric fittings, Venetian blinds, pumps, engines, fences, trees, and shrubs, and fittings thereto shall be deemed to be included in the sale. The seller shall, however, not be liable for any claims of whatsoever nature by the purchaser, should the aforesaid improvements, fixtures, and fittings on date of possession not be on the property or not be on the same condition. Once again, no hoist, no scaffolding, no decking included in the sale. All right, Clause 20, Magistrates Court jurisdiction for the purpose of all the proceedings hereunder, the parties consent to the jurisdiction of the Magistrates Court otherwise having jurisdiction under Section 29 of the Magistrates Court Act of 1944 as amended, notwithstanding such proceedings otherwise beyond such jurisdiction. This clause shall be deemed to constitute the required written consent conferring jurisdiction upon the said court, pursuant to Section 45 of the Magistrates Court Act of 44 as amended. Notwithstanding 19(1) above, the seller have the right at the seller's sole option and discretion to institute proceedings in any other competent court which has jurisdiction. 21(1) should there be more than one purchaser, the purchaser shall be liable jointly, severally, and in solidarity for the payment of all the monies hereunder and for the carrying out of all the terms of this contract. 21(2) should the consent of the master of the Supreme Court be required for confirmation of the sale, and should such confirmation not be obtained, this deed of sale will be considered null and void. Costs. In the event of a breach of this agreement, the defaulting party shall be liable for all legal costs incurred by the auctioneer in enforcing its rights arising herefrom on an attorney and client scale, including collection commission. Nominee. 23. The purchaser shall be entitled by notice in writing to the seller to nominate a nominee in his place as purchaser upon the following terms. 23(1). The aforesaid notice shall be handed to the seller by not later than close of business on the acceptance date. 23(1)(1), the notice shall set out the name and address of the nominee so nominated as purchaser. 23(1)(2), the notice shall be accompanied by the nominee's written acknowledgement, A, that is fully aware of all the terms and conditions of this agreement and fully set out in such written acknowledgement. And B, that it is bound by the provisions of this agreement as if fully set out in such written acknowledgement. That is bound by the provisions of this agreement as the purchaser. 23(2), should the purchaser nominate as nominee in terms of this clause, then 23(2)(1), all reference to the purchaser in this agreement shall be deemed to be a reference to its nominee. 23(2)(2), the purchaser by its signature hereto hereby interposes and binds himself as surety and co-principal debtor in solidum, for on behalf of all the obligations of the aforesaid nominee as purchaser. 2, and in favour of the seller for all purchase obligations under this agreement, including damages and renounces the benefits of division and exclusion. 24, value-added tax. The sale is subject to VAT at the applicable rate. All right, is recorded the purchase price. In the event that the purchaser claims the VAT is not payable, he shall initially pay over the VAT to the seller or conveyancers within 7 days from the due date. The purchaser shall furnish the seller conveyancers with a ruling from SARS confirming that VAT is not payable, and such ruling shall be acceptable to the seller conveyancers. In this respect, ladies and gentlemen, we've had confirmation from SARS that the actual seller is VAT registered. Okay, all right. Again, it's a sale subject to VAT at zero rated. The seller and purchaser wants their vendors in terms of the VAT, Value-Added Tax Act of 89 of 1991, and that they are still so registered. The seller hereby records that the VAT vendor number is, records the VAT number here, and that all the tax affairs are up to date. The purchaser again hereby records that the VAT vendor number is, and that all its tax affairs are up to date. 2424, the sale is deemed to be supplied to a registered vendor of an enterprise which is capable of separate operation as a going concern, which is currently an income generating activity and which will continue as an income activity on date of transfer, and which is purchased by the purchaser together with all contracts with the intention to operate such enterprises contemplated in section 11 in brackets 1 in bracket E of the Value Added Tax Act 89 of 1991, and as such the sale shall be zero rated for VAT, subject to the approval thereof by the South African Revenue Services. If, however, the application for zero rating is deemed unsuccessful by SARS, then VAT will be payable at the prescribed rate over and above the purchase price, and the purchaser acknowledges and undertakes to pay VAT to the seller conveyances within 7 days of being called upon, sir. 25, domicilium, the purchaser hereby chooses a service address, domicilium Setundi ex Setundi, for all purposes arising out of this agreement, your postal address, your physical address, telephone number, business telephone number, home, fax number, cellular number, email. 26, special conditions. Listen carefully, ladies and gentlemen. The purchaser against signature hereto warrants prior knowledge of the litigant, Sevar Berea and others, motion proceedings instituted or to be instituted legal / review proceedings for inter alia, the setting aside municipal rezoning and approved building plans on allegations which include a failure to follow municipal policies and procedures for an order of demolition of the existing structure as is or is erected at the time, and the purchaser without limitation assumes all risk and liability associated thereto. Declaration by the auctioneer, I, the undersigned, Ian Wyles, being auctioneer who conducted the auction, hereby certify that rules of auction are, to my best of knowledge and belief, according to the requirements of Regulation 21 of the Consumer Protection Act 68 of 2008. And finally, I, the undersigned, the full name being the purchaser, the ID number, hereby offer to purchase the property from the seller at the purchase price recorded in this agreement, being the purchase price excluding value added tax if applicable, but being that will be applicable, and being the highest bid at the auction or subsequent approved offer referred to clause 3. Signed at Durban on today's date, August 2020, as witnessed, the purchaser signed again by the auctioneer and duly witnessed. All right, and then there's an addendum here for the nomination agreement. Original purchasers' full names, hereby nominate purchasers' full names. ID number as purchaser of the following property situated at the various property description of what we're selling today in terms of the sale entered into between the original purchaser and the seller. Okay, duly signed and signature. Again, I acknowledge being assigned as a nominated party by the seller. So the form is there for the nomination to be carried out. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry that we had a lengthy epistle to read out there. Quite some words to be said and things like that. But in terms of complying with the various orders and what have you, there we go. It's only part B that we're looking at. Part C, that's a later date in respect that they will have a case against the actual municipality. Sevar Berea, the interdict was not granted, so we're here now to provide the auction of the property. Ladies and gentlemen, are there any questions after that? Yes, sir. Sorry, I'll get to you now, sir. Yes.
Mr. Auctioneer, my name is Farouk Jasset. I'm an attorney from Peter Morris, right, for the record. And the one breath you said the sale is sold, the property is sold footsteps.
Yes.
But then you qualified it with the fact that it excludes the scaffolding, the decking, and the hoist.
Correct.
Shouldn't your footsteps clause have that qualification there? So otherwise people will say you sold it as is.
No, I'm selling the property. These are assets. These are movable assets which are not applicable to the improvements. Okay.
Okay, please be clear on that.
Yes.
And to the extent that I represent the owner of the scaffolding, decking, and that, would that owner be entitled to remove it at his or her discretion?
An application will have to be made to the joint liquidators to get the relevant authority. I'm only the agent. I have no control over that. Okay, but application will have to be made, written request to the liquidator.
Yes, but I think that the people who might be bidding must be made very clear to them that it can be removed at the discretion of the owner and the liquidators.
That's fine.
Thank you.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Can I go back to the back?
That's fine. You go to the back, sir. But yes, sir.
Dr. In light of the litigations, what will be the position if the review succeeds and a demolition order is granted?
If there is successful bid of agreement that the building can be demolished, what is the position? We've got to comply with the law, I'm sure, in that respect. We've got to comply with the law. We can't go against the law. If the law states it's got to be demolished, it will have to be demolished unless it gets taken on appeal again, the legal routes. So I'm not a lawyer, sir, but as I say, that's still open for discussion yet in court about demolition order and things like that. Okay.
But I felt it was quite relevant in light of the prevailing litigations.
Sir, yeah, I understand, but the litigation's been going on for some years. I mean, the papers have got quite a bit of dust on them. And I mean, they've gone to the various court levels, right straight up to the Constitutional Court, and there was no win. Okay, as hence we're sitting here today to sell the property.
But on that point, there have been various litigants in this matter. Now, the current ones are the same, our very group. The question is, will the outcome of the earlier case have any impact on the new litigants? Or you wouldn't know about that?
I'm not experienced enough to actually give you an on that. Yes, sir.
You know what I would like to know?
Yes.
Isn't it possible for you to iron out all these problems before you take a bid from us? Because it leaves a lot of question marks. Because you can't buy something. There's one section of your review when you read out details of when it's knocked down to somebody. You have two parts to the building. One part you will give transfer, and the other one you won't give transfer until you get clarity from the court.
No.
Is there a certain thing like that?
No, you will get, you've got two.
Knocked down to somebody, will you give transfer immediately on the property?
I can't give transfers. So I'm doing my job as an auctioneer. I will submit the documents. Right. I will submit the documents to the liquidator to effect transfer in that respect. Obviously, he's crossed that path because I wouldn't be instructed to sell by public auction if I can't effect transfer. Right?
I need to clarify lots of things before we
Okay, well, feel free.
That's my problem. Because the first time we're buying a property that got so much complication. That you said also, I think it is true that the creditors still have a claim against the property after the new owner buys. Is that also?
I didn't say that. No, I didn't. Look, sir, I think if you are concerned, doubtful and concerned, it's subject to confirmation within 14 days. I don't mind sitting down with you during that period of confirmation and hearing your problems that you envisage. But with all due respect, we've been advertising this property. Yeah. But with all due respect, this has been advertised for 3 weeks. And now you come on the morning of the sale and you come up with these problems.
I only got to know about the yesterday. As soon as I got about that, I think I told you.
Okay. All right. Okay. All right. You're more than welcome to sit on the fence and then come and discuss it during the course of the week if you have any problems. Ladies and gentlemen, any further problems? All right.
I take it there's no reserve price.
No reserve price. Everything's got to be submitted to the liquidator, who then will submit it to the master for confirmation. All right. Again, Ian Wyles Auctioneers offering for sale here 317 Curry Road. Again, title deed 34345/2009. Portion 1 of Earth 2230 and portion 1 of Earth 2204 Durban. An extent 420 square meters and 1,226 squares. It's general residential 5 zoning. FAR of 5,3. Municipal value 2,4. All right. Again, the locality The property is centrally located within the residential area of Musgrave, enjoying unsurpassed views of the Central Bowl. Musgrave is a mixed-use suburb of high and medium residential density. Botanic Gardens, Musgrave Shopping Centre, quality schools, professional and social amenities located therein. Ideally located with ready access to the N3, N2, bordered by Berea, Overport and Greyville suburbs. Properties range from grand old houses to smaller apartments and flats. The suburb is extremely popular with the Indian community. Okay, description improvements. Existing development presently comprises an incomplete proposed residential upmarket block of apartments being constructed in compliance with a rezoning application on FER of 5.3. According to the relevant information provided, development is 75% complete. Sectional title plan SG number D61/2019 Serengeti Rise has been approved but unregistered at the deeds office. Okay, qualified land surveyor has done it, and it still has to be submitted to the deeds office for registration. Okay, all right. Development is being built in accordance with FER 5.3, which permits a 9-story residential block of upmarket apartments. Basement, floors 0 to 6, and penthouses on the remaining floors. The property enjoys unsurpassed views. Again, the typical layout of floors comprise 2 residential apartments with a double parking garage, staff quarters, and terrace per apartment per floor. 4-bedroom apartments initially designed with staff accommodation, averaging 430 square meters per unit. Again, the basement floor will comprise access to the development will be by pedestrian lift and motor vehicle lift. Shafts have already been constructed. In respect of this is where the hoist is. That will not be included in the sale. All right, okay. Undercover parking, entrance foyer, gym area, boardroom, prayer room are all proposed. The shells are there. The intention of the developers was to sell units individually as a shell with electricity and water services. The onus of the internal finishes, flooring, etc., being left to the owner to complete. At present, the building is incomplete. The following description of the existing state of development is as follows. 2 swimming pools or shells, security room, boardroom, prayer room, gymnasium, and entrance to lifts. Again, unfinished. A construction shell, ground to 6, construction shell with division wall, wall separating the 2 apartments per floor. Service to the floors 1 to 5 exists. Separate staff accommodation. Again, penthouse, 2 floors, no evidence of construction, access blocked off there. Lifts, the shafts are partially constructed. Note, the options exclude scaffolding, decking, and hoist. Okay, again, the expenses, you're probably looking at 2,800 monthly rates. The seller is a VAT vendor. VAT applies over and above the purchase price. The property is vacant, still under construction. We have a zoning certificate here. We've got the sectional title plans, and we've got photographs of the development as it presently stands. All right, is everyone happy?
One last question.
Yes, sir.
That clause about the fact that once it's knocked down by somebody, we still have the right to counter offer.
I'll take 1 increased offer during the period of confirmation.
That's 7 days.
I'll give you 14, sir.
14.
Again, you've got to provide us with a deposit, you've got to provide us with commission, and you will sign similar conditions of sale that I used today. Okay. All right, maybe proceed. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I'm offering here today 317 Curry Road, Musgrave, Durban, Serengeti, a well-known property. Let's go. Who'll make me an offer, please, for the property as it stands, Serengeti? Let's go. Don't be shy. Can we start at 10 million? 5 million. 5 million I have. Opening bid of 5 million, I'm selling at 5 million rand. At 5 million rand a bid. At 5 million rand a bid is at 5. I've got someone here, bidder number 19 on the screen. At 5 million. At 5 million I have. At 5 million, 7.5. At 7.5.
5.5.
Pardon? 5.5. 5.5 I have on the screen. 5.5, thank you. At 5.5. Can we have 6? 6 I have. At 6 million. At 6 million, 6.5, are you there?
Yeah, 6.5.
6.5. 7. 7.5, are you there? I've got a long way to go. At 7.5.
7,250.
7.5, sir. Be fair. Solly,
Okay. Okay.
please don't start your warehouse antics. 7.5.
Okay.
8 million, are you there? 8 million I have. At 8 million, the bid is at 8, and I'm selling at 8. At 8 million. 8.5. Sorry?
8.5.
8.5. 9. 9.5. 9.5. Sorry? I know you're on the phone too. 9.5. 10 I got. At 10 million, the bid is at 10. I'm sitting with 10 million rand. At 10 million. Pardon? Speak up. You're busy on the phone with your client. Can I say 10.5? You're out. Pardon? $10.5. He's on the phone. Hello? Salim? Sorry about this, sir. What happens when he's on the phone? 10.5. Thank you. 10.5. 11. 11 million. I've got here 11. At 11 million on the floor. 11 million. Sorry, please keep the phone away from your mic. 11.5. Are you there? 11.5. Sorry, it's a one-day game, please. Get him on the phone if you don't mind, please. You know, he's busy speaking to his business partner. Sorry? Sorry, do you hear me? He switched off his mic. You got a phone number for him? Yeah. He's still speaking in the background there. Pardon? Yeah, he's muted. He's on the phone. This is nonsense. I'm going to knock it down. At 11 million rand. Any further off on 11 million? At 11 million rand. No further off on 11 million. Subject confirmation in 14 days. Got the gentleman at the back on the phone now. At 11 million. Are you in or out? Excuse me, sir. Are you in or out? Pardon? Out. At 11 million rand, ladies and gentlemen, I'm selling subject confirmation in 14 days. At 11 million, I'm selling for the first.
It's very good speaking of Wyles. Just a little, yes, yeah, just trying to get you on the phone to see you a bit up. We're at 11 million against you, yes. So we got 11.5. Okay, thank you, sir.
At 11 million, first, second, third and final call, 11 million. Sold at 11 million. Number, sir, please. 51. Am I correct? 15. Sorry, I'm a little bit. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much indeed for your attendance. People who have been successful, let's go.
We shall need to go through the formalities.
Okay.
As soon as you're ready. Are you doing something else? Now you finish your auction.
I think I'm finished now. Am I need some, I'll get some water now.
I want some water because you must be out of the bank. Thank you, sir.
Is that the last one?